What's going on, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to show you another quick, just one-man band interview setup that we did last week, and something that you can replicate really easily, especially if you're in a challenging space. And I'm even going to show you how I should have had more light with me because we couldn't quite get the levels where I wanted it. But let me show you that real quick. So I talked about this in the last video, but the first thing you want to do when you walk into a space is identify where the light's coming from. Now, in this instance, we were working really quick. This was kind of a last-minute request, so I didn't have anybody else with me, and this is why. And I know so many of us end up doing one-man band setups when we don't have the option for more crew or don't have the budget for it or whatever. So I want to walk you through a simple process like I did in the last video about how do we identify where we can set up the interview, make it really pretty, and also make sure the light is motivated. So this is our first shot from the camera obviously without anybody sitting in or anything like that. But this is kind of a difficult environment, especially by yourself, because we didn't have a lot of time. We were working with the strength coach here for the Falcons, and he had a very limited time slot that we could work with him on. But a couple things I want you to notice straight off the bat. Number one, I love that. And then obviously one of the first things you're gonna see in this frame is how much this window is playing into the scene. Ultimately, that's where I'm gonna end up motivating our key light from this side of frame, is to motivate it from this window and then also this window over here. The only thing I'm initially seeing right off the bat that worries me is how dark this is getting over here. And we really only had about 20 minutes to set this up. This is our shot once we get coach into the frame, and we've got a 300x up here that we're keying him from, motivated from over here. And then I've got a negative fill on this side, but that's basically it. Again, we had a very limited amount of time with coach here, and also just to set up. I wish we had more light with us, because this and this is clipping. And I never want to clip the highlights if at all possible. But as you can see, there are cars out here, and the sun was just reflecting off these cars. There's also, you can't tell, but maybe you can tell, this is a metal roof up here that the sun is just bouncing right off of. And then this is just the sky. But it was the time of day. I think we did this interview at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we weren't anywhere near, golden hour to make it look, to have that pretty light. It was harsh. It was, not directly overhead, but pretty close. So, but I'm really happy with what we ended up with here with just a single light and me doing this by myself. We've got the motivated light from this window. We've got these leading lines that I really like here. You know exactly where you are in the space. This whistle looks awesome with the red that really pops off his shirt. And we're still getting a nice fall off on this side of the face from the negative fill that we had going on his left side. But this was just a simple one light. In a perfect world, I wish we'd have had more light with us to where we could have shot some stuff over here to bring up this level. Same thing on this side to mimic some of the sunlight that was coming in, but also just to where we didn't have to compete so hard with this. Even in hindsight now, we could have put him right here and had him look right to left instead of left to right. And we could have gotten rid of some of those cars right here that are really clipping versus here where we're able to hold a little bit more on this side of the window. But again, I want to be real and transparent with you guys and just with myself, going like, oh, we could have done this a little better. But I'm still happy with how it looks, and let me show you. This is our B cam shot. I'm really happy with what we were able to do here as well. Again, we've got this motivated light. We've got nice fall off on this side of the face. There's even a little bit of a kicker happening, not intentionally, from the windows back here. The only thing, again, I would change about this is if we had more time, more equipment, more crew to be able to do this, I would have liked to have raised the levels back here a little bit more to where it's not so ambiguous. You can see that it's weights, but we're shooting on an 85 on our crop sensor camera on the FX30, so we're getting a lot of compression, which I like, but these levels were just really low back here. But this is where we ended up with a one-man band and a single light setup on a short time. What would you guys have done differently if you had just a single light and 20 minutes to set this up? I would love to hear from you on that in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you found this helpful. I'm trying to grow this channel and hit 1,000 subscribers here in the next few weeks, and I'm going to be posting 3 times a week. Any questions you have, leave them in the comments below, and I will respond to those as we all try to get better on our filmmaking journey. But I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon.